All right, I can see people are pouring in already. A big GM to everyone. We are going to wait for a couple of minutes for folks who have joined in to settle down and people who are yet to join. We're just going to let everyone take some time to settle and then we can get started. Yep, and meanwhile, you can take the time to drop your GMs in the webinar chat. Cool. Cool. I can see the number is settling in. So, yep, we are right on time. We can get started. Hey, everyone, just a quick intro. I'm Aniket. I'm from the Devfolio team, and we are here to talk about ETHDenver 2025. Really excited to put this together for all the BUIDLers out there. Just as a quick summary, this particular BUIDLer ours is going to be more around uh, helping you get started around what the Bidathon exactly is, how do you apply, getting you folks familiar with Devfolio. That is where all the BUIDLer action is going to be happening. A few FAQs, um, a few FAQs around like the Bidathon itself, and yeah, important dates and everything is something we're going to be highlighting. So yeah, let me get started. Let me just Cool. I believe my screen is visible.
Yeah, it is.
Cool. Thanks for that. Yeah. So this is the first BUIDLer hours that we're going to be doing. Quickly talking about ETHDenver. ETHDenver is a community of BUIDLers, and for this time around, we have Devfolio as the official partner for the ETHDenver BUIDLathon, and we have partnered with ETHDenver previously in 2020, 2021, and 2024. I believe 2021 was a virtual Bidathon, but 2020 and 2024, our team was also there in person to help support the builders. So anything that's going to be happening around the Bidathon, it will be done on Devfolio. Everything from signing up as a bidler, submitting a project, finding the schedule, checking out the bounties, tracks, everything, all information is going to be on Devfolio. We're going to be quickly diving into how to register, what are the things you can expect in the coming slides. But before that, we'll just quickly talk about what is the Bidlathon. This is a call to blockchain enthusiasts to bidle and contribute to the advancement of the blockchain system ecosystem. So essentially, like it is a week-long Bidlathon where we are always talking about bringing Ethereum to the general public. And we feel like when we host these sort of bidlathons, it gives a playground arena, you can say, to enthusiastic bidlers. So just a heads up, I'm going to be saying bidlers, bidlathon a lot. So please fare with me. So yeah, this is like essentially a playground where we invite bidlers to come participate, build a cool project over the week. We're going to be having mentors, judges, sponsors who are going to be posting their bounties, and a lot of support to help you essentially reach. Maybe it could be a like a quick hack. Maybe this could be your first buildathon where you are essentially tapping into the space and want to learn more about it by directly building something. Or you could be a seasoned builder as well, who has been participating in such events and maybe can be looking this as a launch pad for your next big project. Who can participate? Everyone who has been accepted to BUIDLer at ETHDenver 2025 is eligible to participate. And the reason we call our participants BUIDLers is because it's not just technical developers, but we also include developers, designers, product experts, domain specialists, and business professionals. Because at the end of the day, when you're putting together a product, it's not that it's only the developers who are building this. There's of course inputs coming in from designers, product experts, business angle. There's so many things to help you make your project like polished end to end. Quickly talking about the important dates. Jan 29th. The first thing is like this is going to be a two-part BUIDLer hours. So the second part is something that you're going to be expecting next week at the same exact time. So I'll be seeing you there again on Feb 21st. That is 2 days before the BUIDLathon goes live. We have a sponsor bounty reveal. This will be done virtually. You will be receiving more communication around this in the coming days. February 23rd at 9 a.m., check ins at the venue will begin. And at 12 p.m. is when the opening ceremony and bounty presentations will start. So essentially, it is as part of the BUIDLathon. We expect all the participants to check in, although it's not mandatory that you have to check in only on the first day, depending on your arrangements. And given that um, this is a week-long BUIDLathon. As you can see in the next point, from Feb 23rd to March 1st, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. is the BUIDL Hub venue access and mentorship duration. You will be getting access to mentors, and venue access for where you can build all the relevant help that you need to ship your projects. Everything will be provided you over there to help you build the best. And between these dates, of course, like a day before the project submission deadline, you can check in into the venue at any time. And of course, as an exception, on Feb 28th, that is the day before the project submission deadline, there will be overnight access at the venue, given that it's going to be your final leg of the BUIDLathon week. And we want to give you as much support as possible on the final day of building or building. So February 24th is when also the application deadline is for the BUIDLathon. So make sure that you are registering for it on time. And March 21st at 10 a.m. Project submission deadline would be it. Just as a heads up, all of these times are in Mountain Time. Feel free to convert it depending on where you're joining in from to understand it more conveniently. So, yep, these were the dates I wanted to touch upon. Now, yep, you are in. Where do you want to sign up? Let's quickly talk about the process here. So, the first thing is you want to head over to the ETHDenver page to first register as a BUIDLer. So, ethdenver.com/tickets is where you head. You can apply to attend and then register for the BUIDLathon over there. Once you're done there, you head over to the Devfolio page where you create your account on Devfolio if you already haven't, or you can sign up directly or sign in directly. Just what we wanted to make sure is that the email that you're using to register for the main ETHDenver page, this one which I had shown earlier, it should be the same email that you're using across both the pages. So just wanted to give a big heads up over there. Once you're done with that, you can head over to the page on Devfolio. We'll be dropping these links in the chat, on the fly. And then like you head over to ETHDenver page, and then next is you start filling out the application. There is a bunch of questions just to understand you better as a BUIDLer. What are the Ethereum events you have attended so far? Is your first Web3 hackathon? What is your experience level with building on Ethereum? These are some questions we are asking. So yep, the form is something I'll just quickly demo after we are done with the slides. It is a pretty straightforward form, so shouldn't like be too cumbersome for you to submit. And then once that is done, you will be under review. Your application will be under review, and we will be sending out the acceptances shortly. in batches, so you should be expecting them very, very soon. After that, once you are accepted, you will get an email which will ask you to RSVP yes if you will be making it to the Bidlathon. This is just a quick confirmation for us, where it is important for us to know if you would be making it to the event, and then depending on that number we make arrangements. And it, as organizers, giving like an organizer angle to this as well, it helps us manage the resources and everything better if you are giving the confirmation that you will be there for the Bidlathon specifically. And once you RSVP yes, you will be all set. As you can see, this is the dashboard that will show up. Your RSVP will be complete. As you can see, there's a checkbox over here. And then the next step will just be to show up at the venue on the day of the Bidlathon, and then a volunteer at the check-in desk will help you get started with ETHDenver 2025, the Bidlathon. Right. Cool. So I'm just gonna head over for a quick demo. Should not take a lot of time. So I'm just gonna redo my screen share a bit. Meanwhile, I'm also just taking a quick pause to go to the questions. Thanks for the. Will applications be reviewed soon? Yes, as I mentioned, you'll be receiving, if you have applied already, you should be receiving your confirmations in the coming days. Do we get access to the presentation, or do I need to make photos of everything? Do not worry. Anyone who has signed up for this webinar and other folks from the Buildathon as well, we will shoot out an email, like in the next 24 hours with all these details. It's not a technical session, let me know please. Yes, this is not a technical session per se. This is just giving you a get started for ETHDenver. I can see some questions are answered. And one question about the Bidlathon: will we have overnight access at the venue throughout the week? So as we just discussed, from February 23rd, that is the start of the Bidlathon, till the submission deadline, project submission deadline, that is March 21st. The venue access will be open from 9 a.m. Mountain Time to 10 p.m. Mountain Time, except for February 28th, that is the day before the Bidlathon. On February 28th, the venue access will be throughout the night, starting it will be there throughout the night. Cool. Yeah, I think it is a good time to switch to the demo. Let me just quickly check if I have things ready on my end. So yeah, I'm just gonna quickly share my tab. Cool. Just confirming if my screen is visible.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, so of course, like the first step will be to actually go to ethenver.com/tickets, is where you can apply as a BUIDLer first. So if you just go to the /tickets page, or if you can just go to ethenver.com, and then you will find a tickets button over here that should bring you to this page. You can just click on apply to attend and continue with the sign up process over here. Whenever you are creating your ETHDenver account, just make sure that whatever email you are using here is also something that you put in for DevFolio. Coming to the DevFolio side of things, here is like the main page for the Bidlathon. So the URL here is ETHDenver 2025.devfolio.co. We will also just put it in the chat for you to be able to access. Here is where we'll be populating all further details, that is the schedule, prizes, who are the mentors, judges at the Bidlathon, and then eventually once you start submitting your projects, this will be the public page where all of your projects will start showing up. So as you can see, I'm not signed in. So if I click on apply now, it will ask me to sign up. If I already have an account, I can sign in with that. And again, just like I'll be giving this PSA a lot of times, that anytime you are applying, whenever you're applying on DevFolio, just make sure whatever email ID you had used in your main ETHDenver ticket, just make sure that you're using the same email over here. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to sign up for a fresh account so that we can also just go through that flow. So I'm just going to create an alias, Aniket at ETHDenver 2025 at devfolio.co. So again, and we also have like other various options to create an account on devfolio. You can continue with Google, GitHub, and you can even continue with Ethereum. I'm just going to hit on continue here. Yeah, with this, it sends a magic link to your email, which helps you sign in. And you can also like just enter the code manually, which is something I'm going to do right now. So I'm just checking in for the OTP. Yeah, it is 3609115. Account has been verified. I can continue. So I just here add my details, Aniket Raj. Therefore, your username can be just ETHDenver. BUIDLer. Normal password for now. Yeah, this has created my account. I think my internet is acting up a bit. Just give me a quick second to reshare. Yes, just really sorry about that. Just had to restart my browser. I'll just continue screen share. Yeah, so that way I was able to create my account on devfolio, and then it directly booms me in to the application page. So this will just give you a quick heads up that these are the things that we are going to be collecting as part of the application. So your username, first name, last name, bio, t-shirt size, Ethereum wallet, GitHub, Twitter, and city email. As you can see, 1 second. Yeah. So here we just ask for a quick README. This is my README. I'm just gonna fill this up with some boilerplate stuff. T-shirt size, I can just put it as L. I can link my Ethereum wallet over here. So as of now, I think I may have to create a new wallet. Um, yeah, I may have to create a new wallet. So I'm just gonna skip this step for now, since my existing wallets are already connected to a different account. But yeah, next over here is like the additional questions that we have as organizers. Is this your first Web3 hackathon? You can add yes, no, as per your answers. Any Ethereum event that you have attended in the past, you can just mention any if this is going to be your first time. By the way, congrats on that. And we have given like a quick description of what do we exactly mean when we say that if you're a beginner, see where does your persona fit the best, and yeah, just put intermediate for now. And then what would you consider to be a standard project, something that you're really proud of or had fun building. Basically, you can just highlight any one project. And just a heads up, it doesn't have to be a Web3 project. You can also submit your best project which is not Web3. We are just trying to gauge here your like anything that you have sort of built in the past, with any sort of contribution that you may have into the project. It could be something as simple as a side project, or if like a full scale grant level project, if something, if you have already built anything that you feel you can, it is like your standard project. Then just a quick check on your goals for biddling at ETHDenver. This is also for us to help understand like what are the kind of demographics that are coming in the sense that are people here to just learn, or are they thinking of this as a launch pad for their products? And then do you have any additional on-chain proof of work that you can share to support your application? You can just add those things here. It could be your dgen score, builder score, POAPs, any deffolio sbts if you have gotten in the past, so on and so forth. This is optional in case if there's nothing, you do not have any additional on-chain proof, it's no issues at all. You can just skip this question. And similarly, like, just if you want to talk about your favorite app or project in the Ethereum ecosystem, you can write about that as well. And then we just have a few confirmations that we wanted to kind of bring in here. I understand that the whole team has to be in person for all the judging and presentations. I understand that I need to turn in my project by the deadline, and I understand if I want to present on the main stage at ETHDenver, I need to be in a team. Your ETHDenver subdomain is the next question. So this comes as part of when you apply on the eatdenver.com/tickets page. Essentially, on getting a ticket, there's a subdomain that is provided to you along with your Unicorn wallet. So it can be something like kevin.eatdenver.com. So we are just looking for your subdomain that has been created. So let's say if you happen to directly land on Devfolio, and without applying to the ETHDenver main page, you can always go back and just go to the eatdenver.com/tickets page, claim your subdomain there, and just add it as part of your application. Once all of that is done, you can just submit your application, or join or create a team on Devfolio itself, and then submit it together. Yep. I'm just gonna go back to my slides. Before I do that, I'll just do a quick scroll on the chat, just to see if there's. Cool. I can see like people are having some questions. So first heads up that I'd also like to give is you can also always reach out to us on biddlex@eatdenver.com. I just sent that email address in the chat. That is our support email. So if there's anything you are stuck on, you can always reach out to us over this email. Yeah, I'm just getting back to my slides. Cool. Moving on. Just a few important guidelines that we wanted to give a heads up on. So first, of course, is to apply on eachdenver.com as a BUIDLer first, and then head over to apply on Devfolio, something we have just discussed. And then also you have to ensure that you're using the same email address while applying across both the forms. The BUIDLer's guide is something that we'll be sharing shortly. This will be your go-to guide to refer anything about the Bidlathon, be it the schedule, be it like more information on the bounties, any particular how to submit a project on Devfolio. These sort of things is something will be mentioned in the guide, and of course to stay in touch with updates. You eatdenver2025.devfolio.co is the page for that, and then team formation is also something that will be part of like the Bidlathon. So we really feel that projects prosper if they are put together by a team, especially like when you can bring in together a mix of people. Maybe one person can completely take care of smart contracts. One person can be doing the front end. Another BUIDLer can be bringing in the business angle, or like helping you create the deck for you to pitch to the judges. So that is something we always promote. So if you are still looking for a team, you don't have to worry about it. We'll also just quickly cover that in the FAQs later. Yeah, track prices and bounties will be coming in very soon. Just to give like an estimate, ETHDenver 2024 last year saw $1 million plus in bounties and track prizes. And for this and for ETHDenver 2025, there's going to be 5 main tracks at the Bidlathon to choose from. This is going to be the main tracks, the overall tracks at the Build-a-thon. And then, of course, there'll be a bunch of sponsor bounties that you can choose from and build on top of. You can work on up to 10 sponsor bounties for the Build-a-thon. And the bounties will be revealed, as mentioned, on February 21st at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. And quickly just going over through some FAQs. What is the required team size? Your team size can vary between 2 to 4. And if you feel like you want to work with a smaller team, like smaller than 2 or more than 4, like we are kind of keeping our ears open for all this. So why don't you just drop us an email on bidlex@edenver.com. If you strongly feel that you wish to make a case for your requirements, feel free to reach out to us on that email, and we'll definitely be seeing what we can do over there. And let's say you want to be a part of a team, and what if you don't have a team? So the Bidlathon will be geared with team formation activities to help you find the right team. This is something we are going to be doing in person as well, to help you connect with the right folks. Again, like once the schedule will be having like more detailed dates and timings around when we are going to be doing this team formation, so that you can plan accordingly for that. Where can I find the bounties? The bounties will be revealed on February 21st. It will be publicly listed on the dev. Can I submit more than one project? You are allowed to submit only one project at the Bidlathon. And then can I edit my project after submitting it? So this is something we recommend that you do, is submitting earlier. Like even if it is half baked, it is completely fine. At least like that helps you put in the project on Devfolio earlier, and then once you have submitted it, you can keep editing it. So this will essentially just help you prevent any last minute chaos or any last minute issues that may happen. Let's say like just anything last minute is not something we really recommend. So you can just put in your submission so that it's at least there on the platform, and like the window doesn't completely close on you. And then of course you can keep editing your projects even after you have done the submission. So just wanted to give a quick heads up on that. And is there a virtual venue I can join before the Bidlathon actually starts? You can join the SpokeDAO Discord to get in on the action. Discord.gg/SpokeDAO is the link to join the Discord. We have added some starter chats over there, and then eventually we're going to be adding like team formation chats, sponsor specific chats as well, where you can reach out to sponsors or find more information on their bounties. Essentially, like making it the entire virtual venue for the Bidlathon, and that is where we'll be posting all important announcements as well. Yeah, with that, I'd like to say never stop biddling. You can definitely reach out to us on bidlex@eathenver.com in case you have any further questions. Really excited to put together Eat Denver this year, and bring in all the biddlers together. And yeah, I mean, like as part of the ethos, we want to be as supportive for the biddlers, giving them a playground, a launch platform, or even like help newer biddlers who wish to kind of step into the world of Web3 and Ethereum and get started. And with that, I'd like to wish everyone all the very best. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through the chats. I'm also opening the Q&A box. Okay, so I see like a question from an anon attendee. When will judging occur, and what's the schedule for judging? Do only finalists get judged on March 2nd? Um, Yeah, so the judging will occur on March 1st, on the day of this deadline, the project deadline as well. There will be shortlisting, like the top projects across the tracks from there, and they will get to pitch on March 2nd. Regarding the exact timeline for that, that is something we'll be sharing with you eventually, and also cover it in the next BUIDLer hours as well. I had a different email ID at Defolio than ETHDenver application. I already applied and matched the email ID just now. Is that fine? Why don't you also just drop us an email on bidlex@eatdenver.com, so that let's say the day of the venue, if there's anything, we'll just compile a list of any such discrepancies that are there, and we'll definitely be able to help you out there. Just an email will help us keep maintain such cases. Thanks for pointing that out. Cool. I think that was the questions in the Q&A box. I'm also just quickly scrolling through the chat. Please share the link to the Discord. Stopping it at discord.gg/sportdow. Here you go. Yeah, I think yeah, Justin just helped answer the question. I'm just scrolling on top as well. I would really like to hack solo. Why don't you just drop us an email on biddlex@eatdenver.com? Like making a case. We'll be definitely able to check and help you out here. Thanks for that. Um, the projects and libraries used for the project should all be open source. I don't think this is a necessary requirement. Although, like, one thing we would like to let you know is that while you are submitting your projects need to be open source, in the sense that it needs to be a public GitHub repo, so that whenever we are doing our due diligence as well, we just that will just help us with clarity. But in case if you feel like if there's any proprietary code which might come up, you can again reach out to us on biddlex@eatdenver.com. If there are like any specific cases, you can just let us know, bring it up to us, and we can figure out how we can help you. How long through March 2nd do we need to stay? I planned to leave at 7 a.m. The March 2nd is mostly going to be around the track project, like track submission finalist, like the overall tracks for the Bidlathon. If you're like planning on optimize for the bounties, that should be fine, because all the bounty judgments will be done on March 1st itself, and we'll be posting the results then. Just scrolling through. Okay, thank you, Justin. You helped answer the same question. Thanks for the info. Thank you. Cool. I'm opening the Q&A box again. Looks like there are no other open questions. What are the scholarship offered by the okay it's here as well in the Q&A box. What are the scholarship offered by the college DAO, and how do we apply for it? This is not something I'm personally in loop about. I can just take a note of this question, and if you can also just reach out to us on biddlex@edenver.com, that way we can just set up a thread, and I can definitely get back to you. So I'm just going to reply in the chat as well. Please write us an email. Or Justin also has helped answer it. You can connect with the College DAO team at collegedao.io/hub. If I have a team of 3 and one person is not attending in person, do they still count as a team member? That may not be possible, as like the check-ins happen in person at ETHDenver, and of course, like uh, for us to be able to check in, the person needs to be in person. But if there is like a real strong reason regarding this, again, I would redirect you to bidlex at ethenver.com so that we can just reply to you on a case to case basis. But ideally, like as Justin had also mentioned earlier in the chat, ETHDenver is an in-person bidlathon, so you don't have to be there throughout. You don't need to give like your attendance daily, but you need to check in at least once so that you are eligible to submit, and then of course be there for the project submission deadline and judging. That will all be mandatorily in person. I joined late. Is it too late to sponsor hackathon and offer prizes if people build on our tech? I think Justin, if you can help answer this question, if like there are still sponsorships open for ETHDenver. Cool. What I will also do meanwhile is share the slide link here. We'll definitely be dropping a follow up email on like where we'll share these important links. But again, like if there are any more questions, we can give it a minute. Till then, I'll just quickly share the slides. Yeah, just a second. Yeah, I've just shared the link to the deck in the chat. We'll also be emailing it later, but in case you want to check it out right now, I've already dropped the link. So we fill the Deffolio application and then later we can find teammates. Yes, you can submit your application as solo. You are definitely welcome to apply to the ETHDenver Bidlathon, and yeah, later through team formation activities, you should be able to pair up. Regarding the camp biddle question, let me just redirect you to the page itself. Just quickly sharing that. So the camp biddle is primarily for students to help them get started with Web3, ETHDenver 2025 and beyond. I have dropped the link to your question to the page for the camp biddle, which will answer more of your questions. If not, feel free to ask them over on Discord or reach out to us over email.
Yeah, I forgot I can unmute myself too instead of just typing every answer out. So as far as college DAO goes, or not college DAO, sorry, Camp Biddle. So there are essentially two, you can think of it as there being like two tracks. One of them is for people who have never been to a Biddle-a-thon before. They want to, get the lay of the land, get some level of calibration and get some support getting started. And then there's also what, like, I'd say that's more of like the 101, 201 kind of side of the content. And then there's also content that is for more experienced developers, whether you're new to Web3 or you've been in Web3 for a while. It is more of that like 301, 401 type content. So throughout the day, people who are not wanting to attend that more advanced content because it's just not, it's over their head, they can skip out on that. But it does actually have a depth of content that's good for any level of developer. Or not even a developer. Let's say that you're a designer or a business person or whatever it is that is your area of focus, it's a good way to get your grounding into what's going on with this, and then to graduate from Camp Biddle, you submit a project in the Biddleathon.
Got it.
Yeah, Moongates, that is your ticket. So as long as you submitted everything through the application process, and then you should also have your own ETHDenver ENS that you can see your ticket there. Cool. Any other questions right now? We are going to have one more session next week that's going to go even more in depth. We wanted to get this one out there to, give you the basic lay of the land on things, and then we'll definitely be going quite a bit deeper next week. And then we'll also share basically a mini site with just everything documented and some of the questions that were asked here today. We provided general answers, but there are teams of people who are managing each of the areas of the event from the DevFolio side and from the ETHDenver side. And we are going to put all of that into a written guide that you can just see it all in writing. And I will say to Aniket's point, so for example, teams are 2 to 4. If you have a reason that you feel like something is a little bit different for your team and you want to make your case, or you have a reason that it's important to you to solo hack, we will consider that kind of thing. I'm sure there are other exceptions that people might want to mention. Just hit up the BUIDLx at ETHDenver.com. We'll consider all those. It doesn't mean that we're necessarily going to agree, but this is the time to ask those kind of questions to just make sure that we're either able to help or not, and then there's time to resolve things. For example, if you need to find a team, there's time to do that. So yeah, just feel free to hit us up with any questions you have. Oh, favorite part of ETHDenver? Uh, seeing people come together and the serendipity that happens, the fact that you can never predict it, the fact that when someone asks you what is ETHDenver, it's one of those rare experiences that you only get by being there and just feeling the vibes and just seeing that spark in people's eyes as ideas come to life. But for me, the reason I do it is just the excitement of seeing those faces, creating those experiences, and just making new friends every year. So that's what gets me excited. Yeah, definitely. So I'm one of the founders of ETHDenver. So yeah, definitely have been to the mountain retreat. Actually every year but the first year, because it was in Steamboat and I was dead from not sleeping for like 5 days. So uh but yeah, no, the mountain retreat's awesome. It's a good chance after the event to hang out and just relax for a few days up in the mountains. I don't think I've ever skied during the mountain retreat. I'm always in après ski mode, just hanging out by the fireplace. So
And for me, this is going to be my first visit to Denver, on the pretext of attending Eat Denver and even helping out with the Bidlathon. So I'm really looking forward to experience all of these things.
yeah, excited to have you here, Aniket. Anyone can access the retreat. It's totally just free form, open source. People will like basically either get a hotel room or get an Airbnb and with a group of friends and just hang out sometimes people will submit events, like they'll be hosting, a happy hour at, a restaurant or bar or something, or like something at the house that they've rented. So you can submit through the official ETHDenver side event calendar for that. In fact, I'll just put the link to that here. So if you want to submit an event, feel free to drop it there. The only so if you are hosting events during ETHDenver, just keep in mind the only times that are essentially off limits, that won't be approved are during the day, basically like from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Or actually, I guess 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. is how it's classified. 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. On the Thursday, Friday, Saturday of the main event. But anything else should get approved to be added to the calendar. I think we had something like 400 plus side events last year, so there will be a lot going on in town. Yeah, some people might mention, I think hacker houses are usually just more specifically, some of the protocols will offer those, but they might have added, they might have events that they're hosting at some of the hacker houses that are listed on the side event calendar. I haven't had a chance to do a deep dive into it, but you can definitely check that out. So in terms of financial support, so we are partnering with College Dow to provide some scholarships to teams that come through the College Dow network. They're basically that's the one option that we have right now, other than if individual protocols are putting forth, like Hacker House type offers. Cool. Well, we will see you all again next week with more info. But of course, don't hesitate to ask if you have any questions to BUIDLx@ETHDenver.com, and we'll all see it and look forward to seeing everyone very soon here.
Yep. Thanks everyone for taking out the time and attending this BUIDLer hours. As Justin mentioned, we are going to be doing another one next week, where we'll be diving a lot more deeper into the schedule, certain rules, and then, of course, what more can you expect from the BUIDLathon. So yeah, we'll be reaching out to you via email. You will get an updated link where you can sign up for the upcoming BUIDLer hours. So yep, just keep an eye out on your inbox. Thanks everyone.
Awesome. Thanks all. See ya.
See you. Thanks, John. Thanks everyone.